Feelings, buried alive, never die. Carol K. Trueman. Introduction. Everywhere I turn, people from all walks of life are experiencing what seems to them to be insurmountable challenge in their lives. Those who want to alleviate the pain created by these challenges have undoubtedly searched for relief. Many have found or are finding help to minimize the pain they are experiencing as they continue to add knowledge and understanding that assists them in their journey through life. Yes, I too have had my share of challenges. In 1984, however, I was given a gift of a wonderful tool that began instantly to impact my life in a very positive manner. Those family members, friends, and clients who've had benefit of this tool and who have used it on a consistent basis have also made significant alterations in their lives. I would be the last one to tell you or lead you to believe that this tool will solve all your problems, or that you won't need to know anything else after you learn the use of this tool. The journey is ongoing. I only know that by using this tool, I've been able to alleviate about 90% of the negativity and erroneous programming in my life, the result of which has brought me the sweet gifts of serenity, love, contentment, peace, and joy. I'm compelled to share it with you. This tool has the potential of revealing you to yourself if you're prepared to be accountable for your feelings, your thoughts, and your beliefs. May your journey be as exciting and fulfilling as mine. May you be able to alleviate those significant negative feelings, thoughts, and beliefs in your life that have caused or are causing you to experience pain of any kind. The language of feelings. Of all the languages in the world, the most difficult language to communicate is the language of feelings. One of our greatest challenges as human beings is to effectively communicate with other people what we truly feel. Perhaps the most significant and consequential challenge we face, however, is acquiring the ability to communicate congruently with ourselves. Have you ever felt as if there was a time bomb inside you ready to explode any second? Yet you were unable to identify the source of this feeling? Have you experienced one day where ordinary task was easy, and then the next day it was an impossible, gigantic mountain to climb? Have you ever had the feeling of being two or more separate individuals, or of being someone totally different than yourself, wondering who the real you was or where the real you had gone? Perhaps for some unexplainable reason, you have been touchy or agitated for longer periods of time than you would like, maybe even unleashing verbiage or exhibiting behavior that was unworthy of you. Have you ever had the feeling that you were two enemies or more who were constantly fighting each other, as if there was a war going on inside you? Or perhaps you've experienced sleepless nights for no apparent reason. Have you ever felt that no one understood you? Or even, and perhaps worse, that you didn't understand yourself? What causes these disquieting moments, these uncomfortable feelings, and this internal conflict? If you recognize yourself in any of the above examples or have experienced similar frustrations, I would suggest to you that the possibility that you could be suffering from unresolved, repressed, and suppressed negative feelings you thought you had taken care of, feelings you thought were dead and gone. What you may not realize is that when negative feelings are not resolved as they occur, these feelings remain very much alive in your physical energy field, your body. And these feelings affect each day of your life. In other words, unresolved feelings buried alive never die. These buried feelings are very real. They're energies in and of themselves. They're alive, living, and constantly affecting you. These buried feelings have a personality, and these feelings that have been buried alive will, of necessity, have to manifest themselves sooner or later. Somehow, somewhere, in some aspect of your life, the effects of these negative feelings will be realized. They will make themselves known when you least expect it. These buried feelings may suddenly, after smoldering or fermenting for who knows how long, become apparent in your physical well-being. How? Through dis-ease, or the effects of these buried feelings could be exhibited in your relationships. Perhaps these feelings will become evident in your mental, emotional, or financial well-being. Take your pick, one or all. Often, however, we do not get to pick or choose which feelings will manifest in our life, nor do we consciously choose how or when they are manifest. Suffice it to say that these feelings trigger our everyday, minute-to-minute choices and behavior, whether we recognize it or not. Feelings that we've buried and are completely unaware of are what create the challenges, the uneasiness, the dis-ease, the pain, and the crisis situations in our lives. Thus, it is possible to experience one or more of these negative states at the same time, whether in our relationships, our physical, our financial, or the mental, emotional areas of our life. In other words, dis-ease in any form is the natural consequence of unresolved negative feelings that have seemingly been forgotten, ignored, or buried. According to health editor Emrika Padus, it is estimated that 90% of all physical problems have psychological roots. That may sound like a gross exaggeration. In fact, it's probably a conservative estimate. A growing body of evidence indicates that virtually every ill that can befall the body, from acne to arthritis, headaches to heart disease, cold sores to cancer, is influenced, for better or worse, by our emotions. Quoted from the Complete Guide to Your Emotions and Your Health, page 563 by Emrika Padus, the editors of Prevention magazine. This subject is and has been the focus of research projects, human behavior studies, TV programs, and many books. Much emphasis has been placed on this topic in recent months and years. The world population is looking for answers to the whys of varied problems and negative experiences. People look to their peers, to professionals, to educators, to education, to religious authority, to books, or to self-awareness seminars for answers. What are they seeking? What is the bottom line? Observation from my counseling experience is that most people have a deep desire and are searching for peace of mind and the ability to truly love and be loved unconditionally. It seems that part of us, our higher intelligence, is crying out to be liberated from untold years of suppression and denial. What is more, this cry for liberation comes from every corner of the globe. The cry comes seeking relief from pain, hate, anger, fear, war, suffering, hurt, sickness, resentment, loneliness, depression, failure, misery, prejudice, guilt, and many other undesirable conditions that affect mankind today. The decade of the 80s established an impetus for bringing the physical body back into order and balance. One has only to consider the explosion that workout boots and tapes initiated during the 80s to recognize the impact of the new awareness, the need for physical fitness and well-being. It's my opinion that during the 90s, self-examination of feelings and emotions will receive the focus that will contribute to an emotional cleansing and healing of major proportions. Long last, humankind's willingness to retreat from denial, to own the source of their problems, accept responsibility for them, and become accountable for the feelings and thoughts that created them, will open the channels that can bring the inner peace that is so desperately sought. People everywhere are questioning, seeking, and striving to understand what makes them tick. They want to find the cause of their suffering, their pain, and their problems. They also want to learn how to alleviate these problems and heal themselves. Perhaps what we have not comprehended before is that our experiences in life are actually our own state of mind being projected outward. When we have a state of mind that indicates inner peace, joy, love, and well-being, then peace, joy, love, and well-being is what we naturally project outward, and consequently, these positive states of mind bring us positive experiences. On the contrary, our state of mind is one that is occupied with fears, doubts, troubles, and concerns. Then fears, doubts, troubles, and concerns are what we naturally project outward. Consequently, we will experience that which we fear, doubt, are troubled by, and concerned with as our reality. Put another way, whatever we choose to focus our attention on will automatically multiply in our lives. If our attention is on our troubles or the injustice of the past, they will become our trials of the present also. If instead our minds are focused on the blessings we have received or the love of God, family, and fellow man, these will grow stronger. Most of us recognize that we are not just a piece of flesh. We are at least 5-dimensional. And by this I mean spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, and social. And in order to be in tune or in balance and to work in harmony and receive fulfillment, these 5 dimensions serve us much more efficiently and effectively if they're attended to equally. In our younger years, many of us were taught to shut off or close down the emotional facet of our being. We were programmed to deny feelings, to bury them. If our feelings were hurt or we didn't like something the way it was, we were taught to forget it, ignore it. Children were to be seen and not heard. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Don't think about it. Or be quiet and it'll go away. Well, guess what? Those feelings, didn't go away. Denying them didn't make them disappear. Those feelings were repressed, suppressed, stuffed, or buried. However, that doesn't mean they went away. On the contrary, they registered somewhere inside of us. And the less than desirable circumstances that we may find ourselves in today, in any aspect of our life, are the manifestation of those so-called buried feelings. Those feelings did not leave. Just because we buried them alive doesn't mean they are dead. Those feelings are not dead unless they are resolved. They remain the source of our unresolved conflicts. Subconsciously, they're not forgotten, nor will they be forgotten. Those feelings from long ago have been and are still being registered at and in the cellular level of our being. They are the feelings which govern our thought patterns, our beliefs, and our attitudes. Those feelings determine our emotional reactions and our experiences in life. They are unconscious, hidden, and have been denied. Nevertheless, they are a definite part of our intercellular and subconscious programming. The experiences we're having in our lives today are the effects caused by these unresolved feelings that we denied. Those feelings we stuffed and then buried alive. The problem is, those feelings did not die. The purpose of this book is to share with you how to return to, or perhaps attain for the first time in your life, the forgiveness, peace, love, joy, success, happiness, and tranquility that you are desiring and seeking. The principles contained in this book will aid you in refocusing your life and eliminating negative feelings, beliefs, or states of mind you are or have been harboring, protecting and nurturing. In turn, this will allow you a much more fulfilling, self-validating, positive day-to-day existence than you may have previously experienced and enjoyed. Using the principles and the tool contained in this book on a daily basis enhances your ability to bring the physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, and social aspects of your being into alignment and balance. This alignment then provides the internal environment that makes it possible for you to achieve an inner harmony and peace, contributing greatly to any desired changes you wish to make. Your life can realize a cohesiveness it has never known. How do we accomplish this? Let us open the eyes of our eyes so that we can see. Let us open the ears of our ears so that we can hear. Let us open the heart of our hearts so we can listen and hearken to truth and light. First, it is imperative that we learn to identify negative thoughts and feelings before we can avoid or change them. It will not take long before this will become automatic, and we will be able to be happy, cheerful, appreciative, and caring much of the time. We can dispel discord among those around us by becoming conduits for peace and love. As words and their meanings are crucial to clear communication of the material contained in this book, it's vitally important that you have a correct concept of the following 4 words as they are used in this book, taken from the Reader's Digest Great Encyclopedia Dictionary. Thoughts. 1. The act or process of using the mind actively and deliberately. 2. The product of thinking, an idea, concept, judgment, etc. Feelings. 1. To perceive or to be aware of through thought, bodily or emotional reactions, instinct, etc. 2. To produce an indicated overall condition, impression, or reaction. 3. The affective, causing emotions or feelings, aspect of mental life as distinguished from thought and from intellectual aspects. 4. An impression produced upon a person, having sensation. 5. Marked by or indicating emotion. Emotions. 1. A strong surge of feeling marked by an impulse to outward expressions and often accompanied by complex bodily reactions. Any strong feeling as love, hate, or joy. 2. The power of feeling, sensibility. Beliefs. 1. Acceptance of the truth or actuality of anything without certain proof. Mental conviction. 2. That which is believed, something held to be true or valid. Belief denotes acceptance with or without proof or strong emotional feelings. Allow yourself to flow with these words. There's such a fine line of distinction between the definition of feelings and emotions that it may be easy to become confused. Let me give you a simple illustration of how I use these 2 words. If you become very angry at someone, but held the anger inside, this is a feeling. However, if you became angry and let yourself explode, either verbally or physically, the feeling of anger would then be manifesting itself as an emotion. In other words, the emotion is the outward expression or reaction of the feeling, or the emotion is the result of a thought and an intense feeling coming together.